future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now, it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
OnSideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your Onside Radio E-Report with Michael Christian.
Warzone. Call of Duty's Battle Royale is finally getting an update, but it's not the update everyone was hoping for. The latest leaked footage shows a brand new live-action trailer for the new changes coming to Warzone. Specifically, the changes are going to take the map of Verdansk and move it back to the 1980s. A lot of players were hoping that it would be a new map entirely, however, it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. You can expect these changes to happen after a live in-game event that will take place April 22nd, and you don't want to miss it. Just make sure when you do, you have an AUG and an FFAR, because if you don't have those, you ain't got nothing.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the Onside Radio E-Report. Wake up and good morning. 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh.
What day of the week is it?
What does it feel like?
Tuesday.
Well, it's Tuesday.
Who are these people?
They are hilarious.
You are hilarious.
They're seriously so funny.
You'd best put seatbelts on your ears, because I'm going to take them for the ride of their lives.
It's where fun meets awesome.
You are going to love this.
Welcome to the show.
It's showtime.
Here's Toast and Marsh.
Well, welcome to Tuesday, 4th and 20 podcast. I am Toast. No Marsh once again today, but I got my man Sean Stanley behind the board hanging out. Good morning, Sean. How are you?
Good morning, Sir Toast.
Everything good?
Everything is fantastic.
Watched a little basketball last night. I'll be honest, I watched a very little bit of it.
I did watch very little as well.
You know, when Baylor comes out and it's basically a 10-point lead right off the bat, right from the jump, and it pretty much doesn't close the gap at all. I kept tuning back a few times during the evening, but I watched other stuff. I'm like, I'm not going to watch a game that's over. I mean, at one point it was almost 20 points in the second half. I'm like, all right, yeah, I got other stuff I can do.
Yeah, were you one of those that was kind of happy, though, that it was a blowout since it had a 9:20 start?
You know what? No, man. Listen, and we were talking about it yesterday, how it's really hard, really, really hard to go fully undefeated and then win the NCAA tournament. And I've been saying it the entire time the tournament's been going on. I'm like, I did not think Gonzaga would repeat because going undefeated is just really, really tough. There's always going to be one game where it doesn't work out for you. But by the time last night came and they had already made it to the finals, then I was rooting for them. So I'm like, oh, well, dude, I mean, it's so rare that we see a team go undefeated. They have a legitimate shot here. And so I at least wanted it to be a good game. But it wasn't even that.
Well, now we know what happened. You started rooting for them, and then they lost.
Apparently. So they just came out. They were flat. They couldn't hit anything, and Baylor couldn't miss.
Yeah, I was going to say, Baylor was just nailing shot.
Everything that they threw up, and when that happens, it's just like, oh, man. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do.
Yeah, you think it was a letdown from the night, not the night before, but the Saturday game with the overtime?
Oh, it was absolutely a letdown. I mean, I don't know if it was a letdown from Gonzaga's standpoint.
Well, because they hadn't had a game where it was below, double digits, right, before that game? I mean, for a while. And then all of a sudden, now you're in a contest.
I mean, I'll tell you, the semifinal ruined last night for me and the rest of the fans.
Yeah.
Because you had a game like that, and then you had this snooze fest. So it was like, Listen, it was a great tournament. Overall, I believe more upsets than they've ever had before in terms of seedings. And the fact that they were able to pull it off without a major disaster happening with COVID, all the props to them, man. They got it done. But, yeah, last night was just – I was watching baseball. watching baseball.
You weren't watching your Red Sox, were you?
Hey, Red Sox put up 11 runs. They beat Tampa.
What? They get 11 on Oh, but it was the number 4 starter for
Whatever,
Tampa, right?
dude. Don't rain on my parade. They got a victory. Marlins lost to the Cardinals 4-1, so they're now 1-3. So the quick start they had last year.
That's it, man. The season's over.
Oh, let's not now. Let's not get crazy. It's almost over. It's not quite over.
Let's get 2 more games in.
So yeah, man. So I was just watching baseball last night. I'm just glad that baseball's back. I watched that Rangers game.
There is so much sports on right now.
It's phenomenal.
I saw pictures of the Rangers game. That's crazy.
40-some-odd thousand people.
And here's the question I have, because I was looking at the pictures, and I, of course, aimed right for the mask. That's the first thing I went to see. There was a lot of people without masks. Is there? I'm guessing there's no mandate there?
No, there's no mandate in Texas. There's no restrictions in Texas. They've lifted all restrictions. I will say that if you watch the game, there were plenty of folks that were wearing masks, but it was obviously a whatever if you want to wear a mask, but you don't have to. And many people didn't. Remember, this is Texas after all. They're tougher and braver than all the rest of us. Everything, yes, everything. Yep. So, but listen, I'll tell you what. Forget about the politics of the mask, no mask, or ending lockdowns, not ending lockdowns. It was the first U.S. sporting event since 2019 that had, since the Super Bowl, that had a crowd like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how much I've missed crowds in sports?
It was almost weird to see, right? That picture was like, whoa,
it was surreal.
That?
And I wonder how the players were reacting. Like, oh my God, suddenly there's people here again.
And a lot of people.
A lot of people.
You're going to some stadiums and you're hearing, smitterings of applause and everything else.
But not Texas, man. That place was packed. It was packed. And listen, it was fun to see. It was good to see.
Yes.
I was good hearing the crowd. It was just, it just makes the viewing experience better when there's a stadium full of people. So hopefully that does not end up backfiring on the good folks of the Arlington, Texas area, and they get some sort of like a blow up of COVID here over the next couple of weeks.
Well, and the worst part about it, too, is that if something does happen, it might not even be related to the stadium.
Oh, but that's going to
be the first thing.
Of course, absolutely. Listen, and there were plenty of people that I saw on social yesterday that were just couldn't believe how irresponsible. I'm like, oh, come on, man. I mean, listen. I mean, we've gotten to the point now where I think it's safe to say that this is all now on you as an individual. If you don't feel comfortable, stay home. Stay home. Stay home like you've been for the last year. That's probably what I'm going to be doing a lot of the time. But if you want to go out, if you want to go to a restaurant or to a bar or to a sporting event, then go. Go. I mean, we can't stay locked down forever. There's an economy out there. There's folks that need to work, So if you don't want to do it, then fine, stay home. That's, I'm getting vaccinated so that I can go out and listen, I love staying at home. This pandemic has not been good to your boy Toast. I've gained weight. I have not having to leave the house has been just only doing Zoom meetings. Oh, my God.
But it is exactly what you want it to be, though. This is what you want your life to be, right?
This is absolutely, yes, absolutely. If I could pick, listen, I've said this to friends and to my wife and on my podcast. Obviously, I am heartbroken that some 500,000 Americans have passed away as a result of this. It is, and I know a couple of families that have been directly impacted by this, and it breaks my heart. All of that said, this is the lifestyle that I am. It's made for me. Not leaving the house, doing everything virtually, is how I was meant to exist. That's what I've learned. That's all I'm saying. It's how I was meant to exist.
Yep. Well, I think a lot of people have learned that, you know what, maybe this is for them.
Listen, if it wasn't for my wife, I'd be 500 pounds right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm not saying it would be, I mean, listen, if it wasn't for her, I'd lock myself in the house, I'd be living this lifestyle, and I'd be dead in a year.
They would find you when you're wellness check.
Have a heart attack, exactly. Just, hasn't, the only workout would be, walking to the kitchen. I'd be a mess. I'd be an absolute mess. I'd be an absolute mess, yeah. I'd be an absolute mess. But it doesn't change the fact that this is my lifestyle, man. This is, not seeing people. Everything's virtual. Oh, it's a dream come true.
And the sports have been nonstop too. That's been the good
Yeah.
thing. So this,
Well, and also, the schedule's been messed up.
Yeah.
Like everything's everything's weird. It's happening at different times. I mean, Christ, the Masters was in the fall. Yeah. Here we are. We're gonna have 2 Masters in 6 months of each other.
Yeah, the Masters this weekend, as a matter of fact.
Exactly. We're gonna actually talk to my boy Scoop from the Orange Bowl boys. Either tomorrow or Thursday. He's a big golfing fan, huge Masters fan.
Good.
And we'll talk a little Masters with him.
Yeah, there's some people in an uproar about the PGA not pulling out of Georgia.
Listen, first of all right. Because people that say that don't understand how the PGA and the Masters work. The Masters isn't run by the PGA, everybody. It's not a PGA event. It's not. It's a one-off. It is a one-off event that is run by the Masters. That's what it is. It's not a PGA Tour event. So the PGA has no say over that. They discuss it in terms of the schedule and stuff like that, where it's going to slot in and everything. But yeah, no, this is as far as I'm told, the Masters is a one-off tournament. PGA of America has very little to do or has zero say over how this thing gets executed. So to think they're going to pull the Masters out of, just stop. That's just idiotic.
I didn't know it was like
is
that,
Georgia.
But I just thought that, this is such a long running. And again, when everybody's like, oh, do this, pull this, it's like you still have sports teams that are in Georgia. They can't just up and move.
Right. No, that's why you have to qualify for it differently than another. Like, just because you're on the PGA Tour doesn't mean you get on the Masters. It's a whole different qualification.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no, so it's not. Yeah, many people don't realize that. Just because there's a golf event doesn't always mean the PGA of America is running the show. Generally, 99% of the time, that's true. The Masters, that is not the case. So you're not going to, just stop this. The Masters and all those old white guys.
Get off my lawn!
Come on. They're not going to pull the Masters because of the Georgia voting law.
they are.
Come on. That's just not,
Those were the ones probably pushing that law.
Exactly. If you're looking for events that would bypass Georgia as a result of this, you have to turn to the NBA, to the NCAA, to the NHL. That's it, to the professional sports leagues. Yep. You're not going to, just stop the Masters. Come on. Just stop. Come on. Folks may not be aware, if you've never been to Augusta National is in an awful neighborhood. Bro,
is it really?
It is insane. This gem of a golf course with all the azaleas and the little rolling hills and all the green and everything. There's a giant brick wall that goes all around it, and outside of that brick wall is not that neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah, not that neighborhood.
You would never think land, huh?
You would never think that when you were driving by, in that area, that Augusta is 100 feet that way. You would never think it driving down some of those roads. It's insane.
Wow.
It is just a little jewel that is behind a brick wall.
So it really is its own little world.
It really is. Yes. No, it is its own little bubble, man. That place is its own little bubble.
They talk about it because of all the things that have happened and,
sure.
and all the things, and it's like, wow.
But yeah, no, it's its own little bubble. And, they're not going to, there's no way in hell the Masters. Now, what you might see, I don't know how we're doing with sponsors. So you might have a situation where certain sponsors, because it's not a PGA typical event, it's separate sponsorship contracts and everything. So these are all one-off contracts for the Masters. You might see some of these brands say, you know what, we're not going to back the Masters this year. We're going to pull our advertising because of what's going on with the Georgia law. That might happen, but that wouldn't impact a tournament because that happened 10 years ago with the with the female rights activist who wanted to get.
Yeah.
She did that whole protest out there. And all the brands were like, yeah, no, we're not advertising with this because this is not cool. And so they pretty much did the tournament commercial free. And it was phenomenal.
I was going to say, that's probably better off for fans.
It was like overtime NHL playoff hockey. It was great. There was no commercials. Oh, my God, it was phenomenal. It was, yeah.
Wow.
But, yeah, so there you go, a little Masters history for you.
This is knowledge I was unaware of.
It's not often that I can provide knowledge. Now, granted, 75% of everything I just said may be completely incorrect. You never know with me.
Yeah, take a chance.
You never know with me. As long as I sound confident saying it, that's half the battle.
You sounded so confident.
That's half the battle right there. It's half the battle, Sean.
I took notes back here.
Listen, bro, as long as you can look and sound confident, that's half the battle getting through life.
You're doing good, man.
Just look at all the politicians.
That's very true.
None of that needs to be true. Just talk and sound confident And there you go, people.
Just look straight in the camera, smile, and
that's
say it like
there you
you
go.
mean it. Politics 101.
There's plenty of stuff to talk about today. Man, like a lot of stuff. I mean, there is a hiring that happened down at FIU we got to talk about, because I'm not sure if many of you know about this guy, Coach Horny. And I know we're going to have fun with the name, but there's some aspects of this guy that's not good. So we're going to dive into that and try to figure out exactly what the hell Butch was thinking. The Jets made a big trade. Deshaun Watson, the number is now 22. Oh, boy.
Rises every day.
Paul Pierce is out of work.
Say what?
I love it. And, yeah, man, the red suspension, the new UNC head coach. Sun Sentinel dropped a mock draft. I mean, there's lots of stuff to talk about, and we'll hit it all. Friendly reminder, we have a Shade Above Window Fashions in Davie that came in here and hooked us up with a beautiful motorized on-side radio window shade because we face east, and the sun in the morning is just brutal on us. And they came over here, they measured everything up, teamed up with Bandolux, and they personalized and created the on-side radio shade in beautiful pink and black. We got pictures on our Instagram and everything. Check it out. If you need shades for your workplace or for your house, give them a call, 954-434-4774, or go to their website, ashadeaboveflorida.com.
You can reach out to Toast and Marsh by dialing 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
A message to help keep you safe. If doctors told us today that we'd made a breakthrough on COVID-19, saving thousands of lives, we would rejoice. Finally, a good news day. We'd feel less afraid that our loved ones would be struck by the invisible enemy. We'd start to feel hope that we could live our lives again. Well, a mask does all that. We can help protect others by covering our noses and mouths, which is how the virus mainly spreads. Masks are a ticket to freedom, to be out in the world, to getting together, back to work, back to doing what we want. If doctors announced we could save lives today, we would grab that breakthrough with both hands. While we wait for a vaccine, grab the breakthrough that's already here. When we're out, it's masks on.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
He has an overbite that makes him look like a cartoon character, a slightly crooked eye, and an uncommonly wrinkly neck. In the right light, he can look a little like a garden gnome, and he'll wear a bow tie just because. Sure, you might call him a little quirky, but that's exactly what makes him so perfect. Tuna is a 3-year-old Chihuahua Dachshund mix with more than 700,000 followers on Instagram, and it all started because he was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Tuna, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Are you ready?
Guayin had a window, but leaves it here for Morgan. In for some strike. It's into the top corner. And Lewis Morgan has got a brace again.
The passion.
Goal! Captain Morgan! What a shot! What a blood! What a missile!
Onside Radio is prepared for another Inter Miami CF campaign. Catch the games. Go to our website and download the apps. On your home for La Rosa Negra, OnsideRadio.com.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
Welcome back to 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh. To reach out to the boys, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast and Marsh.
4th and 20, Tuesday morning. I am Toast. Marsh is off. Sean Stanley hanging out behind the board as always. Hope you are having a good Tuesday thus far. All right, so every single day we do a roundtable segment here at Onside Radio. We throw out the question of the day, we debate it among ourselves, and then you can hear all of us do our responses in a podcast form at the end of the day. Today's roundtable question, with a little over 3 weeks away, what is your perfect pick for the Miami Dolphins at the number 6 spot in the 2021 NFL Draft? All right, so it seems to me that Chris Greer and Flo and the Dolphins Brain Trust have narrowed this down to 2 players that they are desiring right now, and that would be either Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase. That's how it looks like to me. Just seems that all the mock drafts I'm seeing. So here's my thing. I'm going to prefer that they take Jamar Chase at number 6, but I want the Dolphins to get the guy they want there. So if they had been deciding between Pitts and Chase, I want both those guys available at 6 so the Dolphins can get the guy that they truly want. I don't want them to be like, we want Chase or Pitts. We're kind of leaning towards Chase. Then he goes 5, and then you have to take Pitts. So I just want the Dolphins to be able to make this pick with the person they want and not have it dictated to them. For my money, I would go with Jamar Chase. I like Mike Gesicki as a tight end. I don't know that you need 2 tight ends when we still don't have a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? I think you need an alpha wide receiver, and I don't think you have one on the roster. I appreciate the Will Fuller signing. I appreciate that some folks believe in Devontae Parker. I haven't seen it. I think you still need an alpha wide receiver, and Jamar Chase, when he played in 2019, was hands down the best receiver in college football. Best receiver in college football. Opted out of 2020. So that's where I am. I would like the Dolphins to take Jamar Chase at number 6. Sean?
I'm leaning toward the Gator Kyle Pitts.
Really?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
For one reason, and this is why. Because everybody says he's a tight end, but he's not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is a tight end. Let me rephrase this before I start.
Yep.
But he can also play in the X, which is inside the slot area. So now you've got mismatches. And that will give Tua more options than just having the speed. You've got the speed with Will Fuller. Not saying he's going to be the alpha, but I think with Kyle Pitts, you start putting more mismatches in there and you open up the offense more. Because, again, if Preston Williams comes back and he's healthy, you've got Devontae Parker,
yep,
Mike Gesicki, and you throw Kyle Pitts in there, they're mismatch nightmares all over on that offense when you put all of them on the field at the same time. If they can stay healthy, I think Kyle Pitts is the way to go.
Yeah, no, I get that. I can understand that. But yeah, I'm still going with Jamar Chase. I want that. I want that outside alpha receiver, and they don't have him. And listen, I don't need my tight end to be my wide receiver. I need my tight end to be my tight end. I'll get a wide receiver. I don't need the hybrid thing. And I don't know how many 2 tight end sets the Dolphins are going to be running with Tua.
Yeah, remember, they got a little bit of the Patriots in them.
Yeah.
That's one of the ways the Patriots go.
I would like to see this team get a top-level, top-tier wide receiver. For me, that's Jamar Chase. And you're picking at 6. So listen, it's obvious they're going to get one of those 2 guys. My whole thing is I'm really hoping that Cincinnati will take Penei Sewell at number 5. That's kind of the linchpin. Because I can see Cincinnati wanting to take Jamar Chase and reuniting him with Joe Burrow, with what they did in 2019 together at LSU. But I'm pretty sure the Cincinnati Brain Trust is looking at Joe Burrow coming off of a horrific knee injury in which he was getting crushed because the offensive line was awful, realizing if we want this kid to be our quarterback for the next 10, 15 years, we better get a tackle.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see because, again, if Burrows does want Chase and now they're going to go against it and probably do what's better for his safety and draft Sewell, how does that sit him with the organization?
And listen, and that's where the draft for me starts. I mean, the top 4 picks, all right, it's all the quarterbacks. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence and 3 more, and I honestly don't care which order those guys fall in. For me, the draft starts at 5. What are the Bengals going to do? Because that dictates everything. Bengals going to go ahead and protect their quarterback. Then the Dolphins get to pick between Jamar Chase and Kyle Pitts.
And that's going to be interesting, too,
Well,
to
exactly,
see, because, again, like you said, you're
but then at least the Dolphins get the guy they truly want. And that's all I want for the Dolphins. I want Chris Greer and Flo at number 6 to get the guy there's one guy they've been thinking of for the last 2 months. All right? I don't know who it is. You don't know who it is. But we know there's one guy that they're both saying, this is our number 1 choice at number 6.
There's a guy circled on their board right now.
I just want that guy to be there at 6. That's all. I want that guy to be there at 6. I don't care who it is. But I don't want us to hear about, 2 years from now, oh, yeah, the Dolphins were wanted to take him, but the Bengals took so-and-so, and so, he was off the board. No.
What has happened to Devonta Smith?
Listen, I think Devonta Smith is going to be phenomenal. I think the issue is his size. I think there are NFL. Listen, there isn't a sport where you will find scouts and GMs that overanalyze things more than in the NFL. The talent evaluation in the NFL, they will allow a single pro day with no defenders and a combine to overshadow 24 games started in a top-level conference. Like, what? It's insane. It's insane that some of these guys will just let all that go by the wayside because so-and-so with a T-shirt on and a pair of Lululemon shorts ran a crazy 40. But let's forget about what he did for 3 years in full pads every single Saturday in the SEC.
Yeah, I was going to say, against top-level competition. Right? It's North Dakota State and you're running against
I've always felt that these pro days and the combines should be something that basically it's 10% of the evaluation process.
No, it's 90% now.
But I don't get that. Like, for me, 90% is what I've seen on the field. What I've seen you do for every single Saturday for 3 or 4 years. Not what you did on 58 pre-rehearsed throws with no defense in a dome. Like, I'm glad you hit those 58 throws, bro, but
with no defenders.
I'm not going to go ahead, watch a kid who couldn't get it done in college, then all of a sudden is able to focus and practice for 2 months on a pro day, look great, and say, oh, well, now I'm going to take him in the first round. Even though he's done nothing on the field to warrant that.
Yeah,
but his numbers, the metrics, holy Jesus.
Let's do the flip side, though, to that. How many other players that have done good make it to the NFL and don't work out?
Sure. Marcus Russell.
Yeah.
No, there's
Trent
plenty.
Richardson.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Some of those guys.
Trent Richardson's a great one.
Actually, almost every Alabama running back up to Derrick Henry.
Listen, there's absolutely. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that that there's a perfect way and that there's a guaranteed way to do this. Sometimes guys that you've been watching throughout college in the SEC or whatever, the ACC, and they look great, they just don't cut it in the NFL, whatever. I mean, I don't know why that is. But I'm sure as hell not going to put more faith in a pro day or a combine than what you did on the field. That's just me, but I'm not an NFL GM.
No, I agree 100%. I mean, we watched Zach Wilson right here before our eyes. I think he's probably going to be number 2 now.
I am hoping, man. I am hoping that here's what I want to happen. Whoever the Jets take, he's got to suck. Because I want Sam Darnold to be good.
Yeah,
I want Jet fans to feel the way Dolphins fans felt last year watching Ryan Tannehill make that run. But I want the Jets fans to feel that for a decade.
See, I'm torn now because they got Salah there now, and I want him to succeed.
I don't know. Whatever.
I
with
do.
Salah. I don't know anything
about
him.
As far as a coach,
I don't care if he succeeds or doesn't succeed. I don't care. Whatever. I don't know.
Jets hatred, huh?
Well, I don't know. It's not just. I mean, defensive coordinator for the Niners. I don't know anything about him. I don't have any allegiance to him one way. I don't care if he succeeds or doesn't. You're the head coach of the Jets now. I'm pretty sure you're going to fail. Everybody else does. Not sure why you're any different. But Godspeed. Good luck to you, sir. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Wow, no, man.
Well, seriously. And if Matt Rule and Joe Brady can fix Sam Darnold, first of all, if Sam Darnold gets fixed this year, Joe Brady's a head coach next year somewhere. But I'll tell you what, I saw this trade yesterday, and I was thrilled for Sam Darnold. I can't think of a better situation for him to be thrown into. He'll have a full-on quarterback competition with Teddy Bridgewater, who we all love down here. But obviously, Matt Rule is, would prefer that. Pretty sure he'd prefer that Sam Darnold win that. And he performs well. He's their quarterback for the next 10 years, and it just terrorizes Jets fans. It's a perfect scenario.
Yeah, but with Joe Brady leaving, I think would hurt that as well.
Well, listen.
As long as it works out, again,
right,
we got to
exactly.
play this year first. But.
Exactly, and I think Matt Rule is just as important as Joe Brady there in terms of quarterback development.
Yeah,
so.
And he's a very good teacher as far as
he is.
what he's
absolutely is. He absolutely is. So I got no issue with that. But that's what I'd like to see. I want to see whoever the Jets take fail, and I want Sam Darnold to become a stud in Carolina for the next 10 years. That's all I want. Listen, and it's wide open for Carolina. I mean, I know we say one day Tom Brady will retire from Tampa. One day it'll happen. Drew Brees already gone from New Orleans. Matt Ryan's going to be gone from Atlanta. So it is. You are ready for new quarterbacks in that division, and Sam Darnold could be leading the way. So I am looking forward to, him getting an honest shot. I don't think he got an honest shot. And Al, also, if Joe Brady and Matt Rule can fix Sam Darnold, then Adam Gase never gets to be a coach again.
He's going
ever.
To, but he doesn't believe he doesn't
You never get
it.
to hire him as a coach ever again.
Terrible.
Ever again. He's done.
It's Peyton Manning's fault.
It's our fault for not realizing, hey, he looks so good because he had Peyton Manning. Jeez. Hello? Oh, this guy Adam Gase is really, look who his quarterback is. just stop. Maybe we should give the quarterback a little bit of the credit here, because I sure as hell wasn't Gase.
No, it was all Gase.
Oh, my
Gase.
God.
Come on now. He's proven that in all his stops.
Every day after we finish recording the 4th and 20 podcast and streaming live, Kai Chen Chisholm comes in and does Kai's Corner from 10 until noon. He'll be in today. Today, myself and Kai will discuss a little Champions League. Quarterfinals will be getting underway this afternoon with my Liverpool Reds taking on Real Madrid, so we'll see what he thinks about that. Kai's Corner every day, 10 until noon on OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Onside Radio enters Kai's Corner with Kai Chen Chisholm every day from 10 a.m. to noon. Join Kai as he discusses the biggest stories in South Florida sports. Tune in every day, 10 a.m. to noon for Kai's Corner on the home for South Florida sports talk, OnsideRadio.com.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
These are unprecedented times, challenging how the YMCA works to strengthen community as we have for nearly 170 years. But we've always found ways to help people and communities in times of crisis. Right now, Ys across the country are providing emergency childcare, shelter, food programs, and outreach to seniors. But we can't do it alone. Whether you're connected to the Y or have a fond Y memory, we need you to stay with us. Reach out to your local Y today and stay with us for a better us.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
Congratulations to the Baylor Bears. They are the NCAA men's basketball national champions after an 86-70 win over Gonzaga. It is the school's first men's basketball national title. Gonzaga already an early favorite for next year's title at plus 550. Baylor at plus 850. Tonight, busy South Florida sports night. The Miami Marlins, they lost game 1 of the series against the Cardinals 4-1. They're back at it at 6:40. Sandy Alcantara on the mound for the Fish. The Panthers, they look for 7 in a row tonight as they visit the Carolina Hurricanes. The puck drops at 7. And then in the nightcapper, the Miami Heat, they host the Memphis Grizzlies at the AAA tonight. Tip-off 8 p.m. Also yesterday, the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers made a trade, sending Sam Darnold to the Panthers for a 6th rounder in 2021, a 2nd and 4th rounder in 2022. And finally, sources are saying Coors Field in Denver will host this year's All-Star Game. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnsideRadio.com.
Welcome back to 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh. To reach out to the boys, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast and Marsh.
Tuesday morning, 4th and 20 podcast segment number 3. I am Toast. He is Sean Stanley behind the board. No Marsh today. So, Sean, we had a hiring here locally. Unbelievable. So yesterday, FIU football goes ahead and tweets out, please welcome Coach Horny to FIU. A new special teams coordinator. Name is Casey Horny. So needless to say, all the little jokes came out on Twitter. And it was fun. We're all having fun with the Horny hire until this happened. Nicole Auerbach from The Athletic, senior writer for college football. She goes ahead and does a, quote, retweet of the FIU hiring announcement and says, Casey Horny spent 9 years under Art Briles at Baylor as the assistant director of football operations. After Briles lost his job in the wake of the sexual assault scandal, Horny continued to be a vocal supporter of Briles. Yeah. So, I mean, Butch, what are you doing? How, like, this guy's a good enough special teams coordinator to deal with the crap you're going to get now? Like, what are you doing? It's not like you guys are any good. You guys are ass. You guys are just an awful program right now.
This puts them in the news for the
right?
wrong reason.
I mean, what are you doing, Butch? I'll be honest. I'm beginning to think Butch has lost the plot down there. I think the win over UM a few years ago ruined everything for him down there. I think, I think he got a little too cocky about the program at that point because it's been misery down there since.
But set expectations that were not.
Maybe I don't know. Listen, they're not even FAU.
No,
FAU's got their crap together. FIU does not. But yeah, dude, hiring this guy. I understand second chances, but bro, Like,
especially when he's still supporting. He's still vocal.
That's my biggest issue, is that even after it all happened, you were still vocally supporting the guy. He's been ostracized from football. He has no job. No one's hiring Art Briles. I think he got hired by a high school coach, and then they fired him again because of the outrage.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you still, that's fine that you're a loyal friend. Don't do it in public, you idiot. I mean, and then to, I mean, come on. So whatever, FIU. Congratulations.
And now
enjoy
the poor
crowd.
players.
Well, and the players. How do you feel? How do you just feel as a parent with this guy on campus, knowing what he turned a blind eye to when he was at Baylor for 9 years? I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure they could have found another special teams coach that doesn't have baggage like this. It's FIU, for crying out loud.
Did you see some of the memes in the comments on
they were phenomenal. Oh. Before you realize the nastiness of it, and it's just Coach Horny, I'm telling you, the first hour was great.
Yes.
It was fun. And then she had to go ahead, Nicole, God love her, she had to go ahead and throw some facts into it for us. And it was like, oh, man, now you're ruining the fun.
I just went to one.
Yeah. It's hard to laugh after she throws that stuff out there.
It is.
You know, it was easy to laugh the first hour, but then after an hour, she dropped that, and it was just like, oh, some bitch.
Yep. Thanks for ruining it.
Nicole. Thanks for ruining our Monday. Appreciate it. So yes, I don't know what. I don't know what.
This ain't going to be another one. Who was the one that got hired and was gone like 2 days later? Who's the
down here?
No, I don't know if it's down. I'm trying to think now. I think it might have been the NFL.
Oh, there's been a couple of them.
They brought him in, and then it was the outrage from something that had happened on one of his other jobs, and then he was gone 2 days later.
I remember.
Oh, it's Urban Meyer
with
the street coach.
Yes, with
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep. Unbelievable.
Urban
Urban Meyer
again.
has a history. I mean, hell, he had a guy at Ohio State who he took with him from Florida. Was at I forgot that guy's name. Adam Smith or something like that, I don't know, or whatever.
We'll go with that.
So sure. So FIU, congratulations. You have
they're in the news.
For all the wrong reasons, bro. For all the wrong
Took
reasons.
over social media for the
Unreal, dude. Unreal. We're going to get into the baseball thing coming up because the Texas governor went ahead and he'll no longer throw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
He was supposed to do that yesterday, and he didn't because of the whole Georgia thing. We'll discuss that. But also the UNC made a hire for a new head coach, and I couldn't disagree with the hire more. They went ahead and hired Hubert Davis, longtime assistant for Roy Williams on the bench. I think he's been an assistant for like 9 years or so. Played for North Carolina. And I'm sure Hubert's fine and very cool that he's the first black head coach in the program's history. My issue with the hire, and listen, it's the same issue that I had with Miami hiring Manny. I don't view UNC basketball head coach as an entry-level gig. I believe that there's a standard there. I believe that you need to be a proven head coach to take over that gig. And there are proven head coaches out there that won titles with North Carolina and played under Roy Williams and Dean Smith that could have been hired, and they were not. You got Wes Miller up the road at UNC, was it Greensboro or whatever, putting up 27, 28 win seasons for the last, 5. And he was on the national title team for UNC in 2005. I mean, I hope it works out for – here's the problem, is that there's no warm-up period. There's no grace period for Hubert Davis now at UNC. The expectation every single year at UNC is that you will win the ACC and you will go to the Final Four. He has to do that next year. That's the expectation. And he has zero experience running a program. So it just seems like a rather big gamble.
But you don't think under Williams, he got that experience, though?
So, and that's what folks are saying. Folks are saying, well, Roy has been grooming him for 9 years. He assigned him to be the head coach of the JV team.
Yeah, I didn't know there was JV teams.
UNC is the only team in the ACC that has a JV team. So stop.
Oh,
with
okay,
that,
all right. So it's not a thing then.
Right.
Okay.
It's not a real thing. It's not a real thing.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
I'm looking at this and I'm like,
Yeah.
a JV team?
They're not calling players up back and forth in the JV and the varsity team. That's just not happening.
It's not happening.
I mean, just seriously.
If you're on the JV team, there's a reason you're on the JV team.
Exactly. And you're probably not going to make the varsity team unless you're like a senior walk-on or something like that.
That's those guys that have been there for 4 years.
Right. So, but here's the thing. So folks were saying, well, here's the deal, man. Back when Dean Smith was head coach, Roy Williams was his assistant for like 10 years, and he groomed him to be the head coach, and he even had him do the JV team as well. And that's fine. But that's not how Roy got the job. Roy left, went to Kansas, spent 10 years there winning, went to back-to-back Final Fours. Then Dean Smith retired, and they brought him into UNC. So Roy Williams had a track record of insane success as a head coach at a major conference at a major school before he took the job at UNC. So there was no learning on the job. None of that. He was ready to go.
Now, I have a opinion on why Roy Williams left.
Okay.
And now with this hire, I kind of feel like it's kind of coming together here. Because my whole thing is that there's probably an investigation pending.
Oh, really?
This is my thinking. Because why are you leaving? Didn't UNC have one of the best recruiting classes coming in next year? I think one of the top basketball recruiting classes coming in. And now's the time where you say, I just don't connect anymore?
Well, listen, he's won 3 national titles with UNC. He's an older guy. He's been coaching for like 40 years. He's got 900 wins.
That's half the NCAA.
Well, I know, but there's not a whole lot left for him to. There's nothing left for him to accomplish. And I don't know if he's got grandkids he wants to spend time with, this and that. I would say though that this was a difficult season for him. They luckily turned it on the second half, but the first half of the season was absolutely miserable. No one thought they were going to make the tournament. But I think his statement says it all. I think he believes he was starting to lose the ability to connect to these young kids. And at least that's what I believe. And I believe as a head coach, he was self-aware to realize that. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go out on top, man. I mean, I'm not going to let this thing fall apart on me.
See, you hear that, and I hear he wasn't putting enough money in the McDonald's bag.
Oh, see, yeah, no, I don't know. I went a different way on that, yeah. I legitimately believe that Roy is just ready to – he's had a phenomenal career. He's a Hall of Famer. He's got rings.
Well,
I don't know.
You understand college basketball a lot more than me. I'm just
I don't
saying
even think it's about college basketball.
From the outside looking at it, it's just like
for me, it's not even about college basketball. For me, it's about life. It's about quality of life. How old is Roy Williams? What is he like?
He's 70, right?
70. So, I mean, listen. So he seems to be in very good health right now. You want to. Who knows how many years you got left of being in very good health. You want to be able to spend time with your wife and your grandkids and maybe do some traveling and not have the stress of having to recruit and all that. I totally get it, bro. Like I have no problem with folks that have been insanely successful that now want to, spend the final decade or two of their lives just enjoying that success and doing whatever they want, having no stress. So I think it was great. So I'm not reading anything that you are into that. But I might be wrong. We may hear about an investigation. I would think we would have known about that because you would think that Hubert Davis would be aware of that before he took the gig. You'd think that would have come out.
Or maybe that's why they didn't bring the big hire in.
I don't know. I mean, I think they think Hubert Davis is a pretty big hire.
Conspiracy theories.
But yeah, I just felt it was for my money, UNC should be a program that you're never wondering whether the new head coach can cut it. You know what I'm saying? You should know, oh, no, we got a track. This guy's got a track record. He knows what he's doing. We don't have that with Hubert Davis. Hopefully it works out. Really hope it works out for UNC. Because if it doesn't, I don't know how, he has a rough couple seasons. It may not last very long. Because I don't know how forgiving that fan base is going to be to a rebuilding project or some sort of, down years there. We will take a break. This is 4th and 20 on OnSideRadio.com.
You can send them a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding. Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new Papadia, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
You can now watch Onside Radio daily by subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Search Onside Radio. Log on, subscribe, rate, and review Onside Radio on YouTube and Twitch. Watch Austin Robillard's hair grow by the minute. OnSideRadio.com. South Florida's home for real sports talk.
All right, class. Let's hear what everyone did this weekend. Jill?
Well, I raised my older sister to a big oak tree. It was at least 100 years old. My mom said I must have set a record or something. And then we went down by a stream and perched up on this huge rock and saw all of these little minnows swimming around way below us. And then I rescued my little brother from an evil slug king who was guarding him at the bush fortress. And my sister and I brought him back to our super twig fort for safety. And then we all laid out and told stories until it got dark. And the Big Dipper led us all the way home. Awesome. Where were you, Jill? Yeah. We went to the forest. It's not that far away. Anyone want to come this weekend?
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week and find the fun, adventurous you. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. You know, air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
Let's get back to the 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh. You can send them a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast and Marsh.
4th and 20, final segment of hour number 1. On this Tuesday morning, I am Toast. Sean Stanley behind the board. No Marsh today. He'll be back at some point in the future, we believe. He's got to take care of some business. All good, man. Sean, what do you say we do some 4th and 20 news?
4th and 20 news.
Dateline, Naples, Florida. Naples woman was arrested Saturday for allegedly firing multiple shots into her husband's truck. This is according to the Collier County Sheriff's Office. Laura Love, 45, facing a felony charge after her husband told deputies she shot up his vehicle with a handgun just before 12 noon while 4 children were inside the home. Hubby told investigators he and Love had been separated for nearly 2 years but still live together in their Golden Gate Estates home with their 4 children. What the hell is that?
No love there.
Right? An argument over the husband getting home late led Love to shoot a 9mm handgun at her husband's vehicle multiple times. Why? Why are you living with the woman that you broke up with 2 years ago? Like, what?
And how volatile is that situation?
Right?
It's gotten to the point to where you're shooting at somebody with a handgun.
Well, and you got home late. You might have been on a date, but you're not with the woman that you live. Like, what? Why? What? You did this to yourself, genius.
Yeah.
If you're breaking up with a woman, get out of the house.
It is Golden Gate.
Yeah, just leave. Oh, I'm sure the Golden Gate Estates is quite a subdivision.
Yeah. Handguns and love going on around here.
Next up, a bat that New York Yankees legend Lou Gehrig used towards the end of his MLB career has sold for over $500,000 at an auction. The winning bidder bid $715,000 for the piece of baseball history. The bat is a 34-inch, 36-ounce Bill Dickey Louisville Slugger. According to the Associated Press, the bat was used in 1938, Gehrig's second to last season in Major League Baseball, and his last full season. The auction company said the bat may have been used in the 1938 World Series sweep against the Chicago Cubs, as well as in the following spring. And finally, good news if you're a donut fan. Krispy Kreme is teaming up with Oreo.
Oh, I saw this. Yes!
To create
yes.
two brand new treats. The iconic glazed waterfall will be transformed to cover donuts in rich cookies and cream coating. Yes, they will. Two limited edition donuts have also been added to the menu. The Oreo glazed donut and the Oreo cookie over the top donut. The former is covered with the new glaze, stuffed with cookies and Krispy Kreme's signature cream, then topped with crumbled Oreo pieces and an icy drizzle. The latter is topped with cream and chocolate icing, then finished with an Oreo cookie. I want both of them.
Yes, right now.
The new donuts are officially available at participating Krispy Kreme locations nationwide. It started yesterday, and they're only there for a limited time. I'll tell you right now, I passed one on Commercial Boulevard on my way home. Baby, let's get me some Oreos.
Oh, this may be better than the McRib.
Oh, God, you had to go there?
Oh, there's the limited time things, man. The limited time things.
I just described to you what could be two of the most appealing sounding donuts in the world.
Yes.
And you throw in the McRib?
It's a limited time only. These are the
McRib
things
is
you got to
ass.
cherish.
McRib's not even real meat. It's disgusting.
But this is real donut and real Oreo cookies.
Oh, it's Oreo cookies.
A fountain.
I love me some Oreo cookies.
Is it a fountain of chocolate?
Well, they have the glazed waterfall.
Yeah, the glazed waterfall.
Well, they're changing the glazed waterfall into a Oreo type waterfall.
Oh, so there won't be the glazed one anymore.
No, it'll be like a chocolatey Oreo glazed waterfall now. Just put me on that conveyor belt.
I was going to say,
my
can
mouth.
I just lay there?
Just pour all over my body. All over my body, people. We'll talk a little Major League Baseball coming up next. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Okay, men. This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. I know you won't. Because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
AM 1260 WLEN.
We're live and local. Honey, are we really?
Just read what they wrote.
We're the best sports station for Miami.
What kind of programming genius does it take to flip a switch and put it on an ESPN satellite?
We're your home for all local sports. AM 1260 WLE.
Honey, would you please bring my laxative in here?
Sure, honey.
Ain't it awful?
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Of course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak Tree?
What's up?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your vehicle at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Welcome back to 4th and 20.
Tuesdays are better.
Yeah, they are.
At what?
It's just better.
I'm very excited. It's Tuesday.
You're weird. You're such a weird person.
This whole show is
weird.
Kind of weird.
Weird.
Not weird, but like exciting weird.
Sure, whatever floats your boat.
Enough talk. Enough talking.
Start the show! Start the show! Here's Toast and Marsh.
4th and 20 podcast, Tuesday edition, beginning the second hour of the pod today. It is the final, from everything I'm seeing, the last cool day we're going to have here in South Florida until next winter. It's going to be back up in the 90s by the weekend, apparently.
So this is it.
This is it, man. This is it. Like, this is legitimately it. Like, there will be no more cold fronts, I don't think. This is, summer's here, baby. And listen, man, it's April. I mean, you know, we don't, this is... The cool weather stops down here by this time, so I know it sucks. It sucks.
Well, the problem down here is it goes from cool to like miserable.
I know. It just
there's no in between.
I know. The cool is only a few weeks. Sons of bitches.
When you're around like me, it's not good.
No, listen, man. For bigger guys like us, you're right. Listen, heat's not a fun thing.
No,
especially not the humidity and everything like that. Oy. So there is. Not sure if this is how...
I don't know if I like when you do the little giggles.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if this is exactly how Rob Manfred in Major League Baseball anticipated the start of the season would go. I think they felt, you know what, oh, my God, we're going to be opening on time and all the glory about opening day and the fans and this and that. I don't think they anticipated there would be a giant political blowback over the start of Major League Baseball season, but there is. So we didn't really talk about this yesterday, but got some details on it today that I will give you just because I think there's a lot of misinformation. Man, there's misinformation everywhere, but there's a lot of misinformation going on about this. So I will explain it to you as I understand it. I did some research on this stuff last night.
Look at you.
Well, I mean, you know, I feel some sort of responsibility to maybe have at least some of the facts correct. Not all of them, but at least 50% of them would be nice.
Wait, when did this start?
It's the journalism in me, it's the journalist in me that's been buried for such a very long time. All right, so we know that Rob Manfred in Major League Baseball pulled the All-Star game out of Atlanta because of the new voting law that has been signed into effect there, okay? Obviously, there's been plenty of people that are pissed off at Major League Baseball for doing this, for politicizing it, this and that. You've got the Braves weren't real happy about it. The Texas Governor Abbott, was supposed to throw out the first pitch at the Rangers game yesterday, and he backed out of that because of Major League Baseball's reaction to the state of Georgia. So let's talk about what's going on in Georgia, because you're seeing different things. I guess it probably depends on which news you watch. So here are the undisputable facts, as I understand them, for this brand new Georgia voting law. These are the things that have changed from the last election to this next election. These are the changes that have been put into place. Voters will now have less time to request absentee ballots. And just so you know, the whole argument here is that this law will suppress the vote. The other side is saying that this law will expand and make it easier to vote. So you can see they're both coming from two completely, one of them is lying their asses off. That's all I can tell you. Because there's no way both those things are correct.
And then also, because I'm one of the misinformed, but also last year was record turnouts for Georgia as well.
And listen, last year was crazy. It was very easy to vote everywhere in the country because of the pandemic. And we saw that in terms of the turnout, okay? Well, now you've got one side that wants to tamp that down a little bit. So you'll have less time to request an absentee ballot. There are strict new ID requirements for absentee ballots. I'll tell you what, this one, I have no problem, bro, with having to show an ID. Now, I will say this. If you have to show an ID, then that means IDs need to be for free. Your state ID needs to be something that you get for free from your state. Can't charge for it because then it turns into a poll tax. But you should be able to get a state-issued ID. Even if you lose it, you should always be able to get those whenever you want for free. And then that's my whole thing with the ID. It's also now illegal for election officials to mail out absentee ballot applications to all voters. Drop boxes still exist, but not nearly as many as they did have. Mobile voting centers, where you basically kind of can drive through and vote, are essentially banned. Early voting is expanded in a lot of small counties, but not in the more populous counties. So the inner city counties, not so much, but the out there in the boondocks, yes. Geez, I wonder why that happens.
Where it's beneficial.
Now, this is the one that I think caused everything to happen. Offering food or water to voters waiting in line is now a misdemeanor charge. Here's the thing. Now, listen, I don't know about you, Sean, but I have never gone to vote down here and had to wait outside in a line that was like a half an hour long or anything. I always am able to just walk in. Maybe I wait for 5 minutes in a gymnasium or whatever at the school, and then I'm able to vote. I'm never standing outside for hours. But I see lines on TV, people standing out there for hours. If that's the case, you should be able to bring them a bottle of water.
I agree with
Just
that.
saying. Like if someone has to stand outside in November in 85-degree heat or 80-degree heat for 2 hours to be able to vote, someone should be allowed to give them a bottle of water or maybe a bag of chips. I mean, I don't think that influences who you're going to vote for. Oh, the Republican guy gave me the water. Well, now I'm going to change. Now I'm not voting for Biden. Now I'm going to vote for Trump.
You've probably made your decision
right?
if you're already standing in line.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not going to change.
But here's the thing. That individual item is what I think started this whole issue. Because that was the one that everyone climbed, that latched onto. Oh, you can't bring someone a bottle of water. It's illegal now? Like, that's where they overstepped the line. Like, they went too far with that one. And then the other big issue, and this is, dude, the Georgia lieutenant governor, who's a Republican, came out yesterday and said this was also bad. That now, so Sean, we remember what happened. Trump called the Secretary of State to try to get him to overturn it.
Yes.
Well, this new law now, the Secretary of State no longer has that ability. It's now up to the legislature. The legislature now can overturn an election if they don't like the way it turned out.
So why vote?
Well, exactly. So for those of you that are wondering why this is all becoming a thing, this is a thing. And for those of you that say that this is, that think that this is expanding voting in Georgia, I don't know how you reconcile that because.
Yeah. And then also when you were talking about the lines, you don't probably have those lines in the smaller, suburban areas.
Listen, dude, I wasn't going to say it, but the lines happen in black communities.
Yes.
Okay? They don't happen in white communities. Okay? You don't see lines that are 2 hours long in Weston. You see them in Lauderhill.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, so let's not pretend that things are equal all across the board because we know that they're not. So that's the thing. When you're attacking someone with the water, you're attacking a specific race of people because there's a specific socioeconomic class of people that happens to. And that's who you're attacking by doing that. And generally, those people are not white. History shows it. So that's why you're having issues. And if you think that this is all on the up and up, man, I mean, come on, bro. I don't understand why everybody voting is a bad thing. I don't. You'll never convince me why more people voting is bad. If it's bad for you, have better ideas then.
Well, that's what it comes down to.
Have better ideas and solutions to our problems, and then you'll get the votes.
But nobody's, to be honest, I mean.
And this is both sides. Both
exactly.
Suck.
I was going to
you
say.
both suck balls. Both of you. You all suck. Both sides. You're so corrupt and greedy. Oh, it's awful. It's awful. All of it. I don't know how all of you look in the mirror.
And now it's rolled over to sports.
Oh. Well, listen, it was bound to. Sean, I mean, politics is rolling into everything.
Well,
I mean, it is, dude. I got friends that I don't talk to anymore because of politics. I got a friend who is so into the friggin' queue, I can't even talk to him anymore. Like, dude, the ship has sailed, bro. Like, everything is a fix. Everything is a conspiracy. Everyone's a pedophile. Like, bro, I'm like, bro, I can't hang out with you anymore. I can't hang out with you anymore. Because here's the problem. They bring it up all the time.
Yeah.
Q people cannot talk about anything but Q.
One thing sets them off. One thing sets it off. Like, I remember that time. Yeah.
But it's coming to everything. Listen, it was in the NFL with the kneeling.
Yeah.
Politics has gotten into everything. If you want it out of sports, you're crazy.
Well, I used to remember back, they always wanted the athlete, at least the big name athletes, to stand up and say something.
Sure.
Now when they're doing that, now it's like, well, it's not your place. You know what I'm saying? Sports used to be that getaway.
Well, listen, and you listen. You've had moments where politics is
always yes.
You had the Olympics. Those two the two guys that put their fists up, Black Power. Mm-hmm. Forgot who they were back like in the 80s or late 70s or something like that. But you've had moments, and obviously, listen, and you have plenty of hypocritical moments, like the NBA. When they talk about social justice, but then they turn a blind eye to what's going on in China, all because of the money. Yeah, like there's plenty of hypocrites out there. Absolutely. Listen, it is it's all about where you're getting your money from, and that'll determine how you feel about these things.
That's the whole thing with everything that happens around here. I mean, that's why that law has gone probably into effect now too as well. It's all about the money, keeping power.
Oh, so that's what's going on with that. So I don't know what the one thing that we do know is the All-Star game now is going to go to Colorado.
Have they confirmed that now? Or
before it wasn't confirmed, but I think I just saw on the scroll on ESPN. I believe it's now confirmed.
Oh, that home run derby is going to be awesome.
Oh, my God, it'll be great. It'll be great. They'll be launching moonshots. It'll be phenomenal.
75 home runs. Records that'll never be broken.
But listen. So this is figure it out, Georgia. Because Georgia's not going to have, there will be no sporting events happening in Georgia for the foreseeable future until this is. I will say this to all of those people, the corporations and the CEOs that are all talking tough now. Maybe wanted to start talking tough before they signed it into law. Because with all due respect, you know how tough it is to pull back a law? Like, it ain't going to get pulled back now. Hell no.
There was a planned effort on their part. I'm trying to stick up. I'm trying to stick up for the rights.
It's not going anywhere now. It's in. It is locked. It is locked down. All right. There was plenty of scandal that went down in sports yesterday. We got to talk about what happened with Paul Pierce.
Oh.
And we got to talk about Deshaun Watson and the new number of 22. It's all coming up next on OnSideRadio.com.
You can send them a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Dunkin' to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
Hello, Inter Miami CF fans. Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
If you missed NBA insider Ira Winderman and the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report, you missed this.
That they don't do that they don't go to the bottom and they don't tank. And I'll give you the perfect counter to that. Look what happened twice in Cleveland when LeBron James left there. How they were awful when he left the first time, and I don't know if there's a word, awful-er, now when he left the second time. So I think that's the testimony to the commitment, honestly, from the Arisons down to Andy Ellisberg and Pat Riley in the front office, the commitment they've made not to stink.
The Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report with NBA insider Ira Winderman, exclusively at OnSideRadio.com.
Neil Armstrong waited 6 hours and 39 minutes to step onto the surface of the moon. Jackie Robinson waited 20 months to play his first game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And even DiCaprio had to wait 22 years to win an Oscar. You can wait until your destination. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The fighting spirit of the Marine Corps is born of battles won. Battles won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's a promise made to you for more than 2 centuries. A promise of the Marines.
For over 20 years, Mr. Glass has been committed to the safety and satisfaction of our clients. Our products are the culmination of innovative engineering, aesthetic appeal, and the highest levels of quality. Through our legacy, Mr. Glass strives to impart the true meaning of quality, service, and sustainability to new generations. Reputation, experience, and trust is why clients choose Mr. Glass. Live the future now. Locate a dealer near you today.
Welcome back to 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh. To reach out to the boys, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast and Marsh.
4th and 20 podcast, second segment. I am Toast, Sean Stanley behind the board. No Marsh today. Plenty of games going on this evening. Make sure you get all your stuff done. For myself, I'll have a little Champions League soccer this afternoon. Liverpool, Real Madrid getting underway at 3 o'clock.
So you even got a busier day than
I
most.
know. Marlins, Cardinals, 6:40 tonight. Sandy Alcantara going to be on the mound for the good guys. Then the Panthers will drop the puck at Carolina. 7 o'clock, start of a brutal road trip. See how the boys do here. And then you've got the Heat hosting the Grizzlies, 8 o'clock. Shocker, shocker. Our old friend Justice Winslow is hurt, so he will not be playing in that game. So things are remaining consistent in his time with Memphis. Yeah.
Consistently inconsistent.
Yesterday, I got into it with, kind of briefly, with a hockey guy.
What did you get into with
CBS? So CBS Sports, CBS.com, they do their power rankings for the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that does it is this guy, Pete Blackburn.
Sounds like a hockey player.
Yeah, looks like a kind of, he's from Boston, whatever. I don't
defensive.
know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so I go ahead and I'm looking at the power rankings, and the Panthers are at number 5. But the Panthers they were at number 5 last week. But they're riding a 6-game winning streak. And the Carolina Hurricanes, who lost to Dallas on Saturday, moved up 3 spots and leapfrogged the Panthers. And so I tweeted out, despite 6-game winning streak and better overall record, Pete Blackburn, I tagged him. I'm an ass. I tagged him.
Wow.
I tagged him.
Oh, you did it.
Has the Hurricanes leapfrogged Florida Panthers in CBS Power Rankings, proving once again that bias is very real. Oh, I'm an ass. I'm such an ass. And he replied.
Oh, no, I bet he did.
I mean, did you read the blurb or not? And so what the blurb said was, in essence, was that he wasn't going to mark them up because of the loss of Aaron Ekblad, and that they might that might be an impediment they can't overcome moving forward. And so I'm like, what? Well, yeah, I read your blurb. You're talking about what might happen.
Yeah, they're
what
winning.
Might happen. Right now it hasn't happened because they've won 6 straight, and they're the hottest team in the league.
Oh, that's lazy. Lazy.
Well, listen, man, you know what it is? It's a Northeasterner giving zero credit to the Panthers.
Yeah, Florida's not a hockey town.
And I get it. I get it. This franchise has been a mess for basically since its inception. Been a consistent loser for pretty much its entire existence, outside of about 3 or 4 seasons. So I get the bias, but bro, come on, you're a national guy. They've won. They're the hottest team in hockey, winning 6 in a row. Oh, he mentions to me, well, 3 of those wins were against 3 of the worst teams in the league. Okay, but good thing they won them, right? Because that's what good teams do. They win the games they're supposed to win.
So in his essence, if they would have lost those 3 games, they'd probably be, what, at 15, 16?
Something, right? But then I follow back that the Carolina Hurricanes, who you moved up 3 spots, lost to the Dallas Stars, who were a 500 team on Saturday night. So there's no consistency.
None.
It's a bias. It's anti-Florida biased. There you go.
What is it, Peter Blackburn?
Peter Blackburn. Yeah, no, let's not get him on.
No,
I don't want to fight.
I wrote it down already.
I don't want to fight. I've already, but yeah, I tagged him, and he was, and then some of his little puckhead buddies went ahead and, took his side.
Peter Blackburn.
Pete Blackburn. He's a
hashtag learn hockey, buddy.
He's from Boston, which means he's a Bruins fan, which means I have zero respect for him. Zero respect. None whatsoever.
The Florida hate is real up north, isn't it?
Oh, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. Listen, you spend an entire winter in that miserable hellscape up there. Yeah, bro. I mean, by February, you're contemplating suicide. It's awful. And then you see, television stuff with beach shots of people down here, on South Beach or on Fort Lauderdale Beach, and you're just like, what?
Yeah, we do rub it in, don't we, though?
Oh, of course we rub it in. We're asses as well. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the NFL. So Deshaun Watson, bro. So now it is 22 civil lawsuits have been filed, 22 individual women. I believe I read yesterday that the Houston police are investigating at least one of those as a criminal complaint. So we'll see what happens there. There was reports that Deshaun has been privately reaching out, trying to settle with some of these women. I got to be honest, bro. I think his career might be over.
You're going to go career, huh?
Listen, first of all, I want to know at what point does Roger Goodell and the NFL get off their ass to say something?
Yeah, there's got to be something coming soon.
I mean, I'm sorry, but the way you handle Josh Gordon with smoking joints and all this, and the fact that you have not said a word on Deshaun Watson and 22 masseuses coming forward alleging improper contact is, are you kidding me? I mean, seriously? How can you keep your mouth shut? The draft's in 3 weeks. All the eyes are on the NFL right now. And you're just ignoring this story like it's not happening. Are you kidding me? Like, bro, first of all, if you're the NFL, I think you have to come out and you have to suspend him until this is, listen, you're done until we figure out what the hell's going on here. Until any of this is resolved, you're done.
Instead, they just keep releasing statements. We're continuing to monitor all developments.
I mean, listen.
How many more developments do you need here?
The Texans went ahead, and we were all wondering why they signed Tyrod Taylor. Well, obviously, the Texans got wind of this before everybody else.
Well, I mean,
about a week or two beforehand, they heard that there was going to be issues, and they went ahead and they got Tyrod Taylor before the price was going to go up.
Yeah.
Because they went ahead and made that move.
The lawyer was a neighbor of the the father, right?
Right. Yeah. But
they know family. They know.
Listen, I'm sure they got a heads up. I'm sure they got a heads up, and that's why they made that move. But I am at this point. I mean, first of all, if there is a criminal situation here. And one of those descriptions was borderline rape. I'm not sure what the definition of rape is in Texas, but damn, it sounded like rape to me. So you're talking about, significant jail time. So, yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not sure we ever see him play football again, because I think that this year he's going to be suspended. I don't think there's any way the NFL can allow him to keep playing this year with all this stuff going on. And I think by the time it's all resolved, I think there's going to be criminal charges against him, and I think he's going to be guilty. And I think he's going to have to go to jail. I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't, can you imagine? Dude, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I was all in on the Dolphins trading whatever they needed to get this guy.
I was all in on that as well.
A generational talented quarterback. We'll have him he's only 25 or 26, whatever. We'll have him for the next 10 years. It'll be phenomenal. And now it is the speed at which the wheels have fallen off him and his career is staggering. I can't think of anything quite like this, Sean.
No,
there's been big time athletes that have made mistakes and have screwed up, and it has cost them dearly. But man, outside of Michael Vick with the dogfighting, this is. How about former Cane boy, tight end? I'm a soldier.
Kellen Winslow.
Kellen Winslow too. But for the most part,
but with this one too, is he came out in that Instagram post afterwards and was like, I'm telling you, this is not true. They tried to give me the 6-figure settlement, and now it's just kind of like everything that's falling into place more and more is like, if you had the 6-figure deal, all this probably would have went away.
Why does Deshaun Watson have 50 masseuses? Because you've got the 22 that have filed have a complaint against him. Then you've got the 18 or 20 that his lawyer released their statement saying that Deshaun Watson is a prince of a human being. How many
and he chose them through Instagram and Snapchat.
Have you been with every masseuse in the greater Houston area? And how about this for a thought? Get a male one. You need to have a male masseuse so you don't have these issues. But yeah, man, so I don't I don't know how Roger Goodell just doesn't say anything. How he's just ignoring this whole thing. It's going to go away?
I don't know if it's not that it's going to go away, but what do you, I guess.
You suspend him.
Well, if you come out and you got to make an action, though. You can't just make a statement.
You come out and you
go.
say.
You have to do action.
You come out and you say the allegations that have been made against Deshaun Watson are abhorrent and they need to be resolved. And until they are resolved in a way that is suitable to the league, Deshaun Watson is suspended indefinitely. That's it. Suspended indefinitely until we figure all this out or the legal system figures this all out. But you can't have him still part of the team right now. You still can't have him on social media. If I'm his lawyer, Rusty Hardin, I'm like, bro, you got to put the phone down. You need to put the phone down.
Give me the phone.
Don't
even have a phone.
Do not reach out to these women in their DMs. Are you crazy? They're not going to go ahead and release those messages? What?
You're going to start adding even more to what the total you have already.
Oh, my goodness. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I am shocked that there hasn't been some sort of at least intermediate judgment here of, all right, he's suspended for the time being. We're going to move on without him for the time being, and we'll see what happens with all this legal stuff over the next 12 months. Because it's not going to be resolved before opening day.
I'm guessing Watson doesn't have a circle around him, right? A circle of a group of friends or
not a good
advisors one. Or
not a good one. Apparently, there's a bunch of horny guys that like masseuses.
Oh, at this point, it's just.
And all the stories were so similar too. They start the massage, and then he flips over, and he's all naked. He's only got a little, washcloth over his what, and he's trying to force them to touch it. It's just bro, really? Just so I don't see how, Sean. I don't see how this is fixed for him. I don't know. I don't see how this is resolved for him to be playing week 1.
No, definitely not week 1. Again, like you said, I think the NFL needs to come out and probably issue the statement, as you said, like what you said, take action and be like, until further notice, all football activities for Deshaun Watson
are suspended. Yeah, you're not. And here's the other thing. Even if the NFL doesn't do that, how do the Texans not do that?
I mean, it's the Texans.
It is the Texans.
They're hoping all this probably goes underneath now.
I don't know. But it's just the lack of anyone of power that is in charge of either the Texans or the NFL has just been remarkably silent about this whole thing. I know the Texans came out with a statement very early on in this saying that they didn't condone any of this behavior, yada, yada, yada. But the fact that it's pretty much been crickets from them and the NFL to this point.
Well, it looks like on Monday they sent a message to season ticket holders that's regularly sent anyways, and they said, we want to assure you that we take these allegations very seriously. While we await the conclusion of these investigations, we express our strong stance against any form of sexual assault.
There you go. It's not a hard statement to put out. Not really any other statement. Yeah, not really any other statement you can put out there. Exactly. So we'll see what happens, but, man, I just think how close the Jets and Dolphins might have been. We'll never know.
Yeah, you never know. And then also now you wonder, like, the Texans, we joke around and say, they had a heads up, but do you think they really had a heads up? Because they could have had some first-round picks.
No, absolutely.
And just traded them away.
Yeah, absolutely. If they did know in advance, do you go ahead and try to get that trade done? Because listen, it's a valid point. I'm not sure how that would, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure how it would have played out in the NFL.
Right, I'm not sure how that would have played out. If they found out that you knew in advance.
Sounds like a Houston Texans thing to do, though.
Does fit their organization, doesn't it?
It does right now.
All right, we will take a break. Got another segment, a couple segments to go before we get Kai in here. You can now listen to Onside Radio anywhere and subscribe to your favorite podcast by downloading the Radio.net app. Download Radio.net in your app store. Search Onside Radio, where South Florida sports fans call home.
You can reach out to Toast and Marsh by dialing 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
With Make-A-Wish, the impossible becomes possible. A girl battling cancer can become a race car driver battling the course. The boy showing all the nurses his fire trucks can take the helm of a real one. Wishes can give kids with critical illnesses the strength to keep fighting, get better, and grow up.
Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Wishes need you. Visit Make-A-Wish at wish.org.
Onside Radio continues to grow. To make your life easier, you can now find your favorite sports station by downloading the Radio FM app and listen to your favorite OnsideRadio.com host or catch a great Inter Miami CF match. Go to your app store, download Radio FM, and search Onside Radio, the home for the South Florida sports fan.
She's kind of a big deal. Some people like to say it's only because of how she looks. She sticks her tongue out a lot. But there's just something about her that makes people do crazy things, like get tattoos of her face, or wait in line for hours just to say hi. Lil Bub is a 2-year-old cat, an Instagram celebrity with a following bigger than some 90s television stars. And it all started because she was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Lil Bub, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. First responders are people who stand for a greater purpose. They will be there for you when nobody else is, to help you, your family, your community. This is their selfless promise. This is their sworn duty to protect, to serve, to help. They put themselves in harm's way for us. They come to the rescue at times when we need them most. First responders are making enormous personal sacrifices to keep showing up for us and fighting the good fight. Nearly 70% of all firefighters are volunteers. That means when they get injured or quarantined, they may not have a way to pay their rent or keep their family safe and fed. No matter who you are or where you live, when you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up now. Let's show up for the people who show up for us every day and every night.
Go to firstrcf.org and make a difference today.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
Congratulations to the Baylor Bears. They are the NCAA Men's Basketball National Champions after an 86-70 win over Gonzaga. It is the school's first men's basketball national title. Gonzaga already a plus 550 winner for next year's title. Baylor right behind them at plus 850. Busy South Florida sports night. Get underway at 6:40 when the Miami Marlins host the St. Louis Cardinals. Sandy Alcantara is on the mound. The Florida Panthers at 7. The puck drops as they will be in Carolina taking on the Hurricanes. And your Miami Heat, they host the Memphis Grizzlies at the AAA tonight, tip-off 8 p.m. Yesterday, the Jets and the Panthers, they made a trade, sending QB Sam Darnold to the Panthers for a 6th-rounder in 2021 and a 2nd and 4th-rounder in 2022. And finally, sources are saying Coors Field in Denver will host this year's All-Star Game. So the Home Run Derby will be magnificent. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnsideRadio.com.
Welcome back to 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh. To reach out to the boys, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast and Marsh.
For the 20 podcast. See Good Morning Football on our TVs here, and looks like they're about to talk to the host of Jeopardy, Aaron Rodgers. Which is a nice segue to get into what went down last night. So as we all know, with the passing of Alex Trebek, they have had some guest hosts filling in on Jeopardy. And we all knew it was going to happen eventually, and this is his week. Green Bay Packer quarterback Aaron Rodgers is the host, and he opened up the show last night with this.
And now, here is the guest host of Jeopardy, Aaron Rodgers.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Welcome to Jeopardy. As a lifelong fan of Jeopardy, it is an incredible honor to guest host. Now, I've had the opportunity to do a lot of amazing things, but winning Celebrity Jeopardy and getting to share the stage with the legend Alex Trebek is something I will never forget. Alex was such a gentleman, so smart, so precise. I was in awe, and I will work hard to honor his legacy.
Good stuff, man. I'll tell you what, he looks weird with the coat and tie on and the hair combed. Like he was very nerdish. It was an odd
just not used to seeing Aaron Rodgers like that, right?
You're not in any way.
And he looked comfortable.
He
though,
did. He
it.
absolutely did. But you never see him looking like that. And it was
the only other time I've seen him like that was like the ESPYs or one of those awards shows. Right? But he looks uncomfortable. That time
exactly.
He looked very comfortable, like he was good.
So the best part of last night was when they get to Final Jeopardy. And one of the contestants decided, I'm going to bring up the fact that y'all didn't kick that field goal in the playoffs last year.
Scott, did you come up with the correct response? Who wanted to kick that field goal? That is a great question. Should be correct, but unfortunately for this game today, that's incorrect, and you're going to lose 0.
Yeah, so you'll remember that Green Bay kicked a field goal.
Yeah.
With very little time left, and Aaron never got the ball back. They should have gone for the touchdown, and there you go. But yeah, dude, the look on his face, because it was like a 10-second of just, oh boy, what am I going to say here? I got my head coaches watching.
I know the whole Packers organization
exactly.
is watching.
Yeah, all of Wisconsin's watching right now. What am I going to say about this?
All the fans, everybody.
That was good stuff, man. Good.
You know that's
going
to happen more often this week too.
Yeah.
Those answers when they do the double Jeopardy, Final Jeopardy are great.
Have you watched any of the Jeopardy? since.
I have not watched a lot of it since. No,
I watched a couple of them. I'm not a big fan of Dr. Oz. Katie Couric, whatever.
He seems so dry.
I'll be honest. My favorite one thus far, and I wasn't a big fan of Ken Jennings. I liked the executive producer guy, and I liked Aaron Rodgers.
Ken Jennings didn't do good, huh? You didn't like him?
You know what? Well, so Ken
or
Jennings
is just not your cup of tea?
Well, Ken Jennings is fine, but Ken Jennings keeps getting in trouble. I guess his co-host, he does a podcast, and his co-host is just an ass and says stupid things. And Ken tries to back him up, and he's gotten some. They're saying that might be one of the reasons why he doesn't get this gig.
Wow.
Because there's people out there that, I don't know about that podcast or his co-host or whatever, but, that's out there. Good news locally here. It's very locally. We do the broadcast here from Inter Miami CF Stadium. Inter Miami players received their first doses of the Pfizer vaccine yesterday. Good stuff. That's the one that I got.
Yeah, I believe they're right out here, too.
Yeah, I'm 8 days away from shot number 2.
Look at you, the countdown.
Yeah, yes, the countdown. You bet your ass the countdown's going, yes.
8
days! Absolutely, man. 8 days. 8 days, and then I guess like 10 days after that, I'll be good to go.
Oh, look at you. Look at you, man.
Just get back to some level.
You're gonna
of
rip
normalcy.
the mask off like a shirt and just.
No. Because listen, that's not how it works.
I know.
That's not how it works.
I know.
All the vaccine does apparently.
Although some people don't know that.
No, well, they don't want to know that. But all the vaccine does apparently is it just prevents you from getting really, really sick. They can't tell right now whether or not it actually prevents you from getting it and spreading it. So we'll see what happens. All right. Something went down. Did I send you the audio yesterday, Sean, of Castaneos, whatever, the kid from the Cincinnati Reds started the bench clearing brawl?
Oh, I believe you did. I'll have to get that back up. Hold on.
All right. Pull that up. So what happened is this is insane, dude. So Nick Castaneos.
Got it.
All right. So they're playing the Cardinals, and he gets hit by a pitch, goes to first base, and then gets himself over to third. I think he stole one of the bases. Anyways, a wild pitch. He comes home, and he scores. He beats the throw to home. He gets up, and he does like a flex to the catcher, like kind of like a little bit of emotion, whatever. Well, the catcher takes exception to that and decides that I'm now getting your face, and we're going to start a bench clearing brawl. Major League Baseball suspended Nick 2 games. Let's play the highlight.
First pitch away, squirts loose. Castellanos storms home. The shovel, he's safe. And Castellanos right in the face of Woodford, and now the bench is empty. This divisional rivalry game, Castellanos took exception to getting hit by a pitch. And Woodford being held back by his teammates as he repeatedly points at Castellanos. Now the bullpens emerge.
Bro, if you watch this highlight, he slides in. He gives a little like a flex, like a little bit of emotion. That's it. He didn't touch the catcher. The catcher took exception because I'm sure this is one of the unwritten rules of baseball.
Always those unwritten rules get you,
It's
buddy.
one of those unwritten rules. You can't flex when so we hit you with a pitch and you came in to score, but you can't show us up for that. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
McCann, where you at, McCann? Where you at, Braves?
Right, exactly.
Where the police at?
The friggin' baseball police. Catchers are always the friggin' baseball police.
You should have known Atlanta would be the issue for everything in Major League Baseball.
Here's my thing. They suspended him 2 games.
Well, rightfully so.
So here's the thing. Hold on. So Nick Castellanos is getting suspended for doing a flex like that longer than any Houston Astro did for cheating in the World Series.
Listen, they're getting trash cans thrown at them.
Oh, my God. Just Major League Baseball. I swear to God. It is insane to me how clueless this organization has been since Rob Manfred became the commissioner. And I said it earlier. The Georgia thing is the first thing he's done that I think, okay, he got that right. Everything else has been wrong. The fact that there's no DH in the National League this year is a joke. And absolutely, the fact that we're doing a whole 162 with a runner on second in extra innings. What game is this?
The 7-inning doubleheaders back too, right?
Oh my God, it's insane. But I can't believe.
I just don't like how they pick and choose. Like,
right?
There's no blanket of saying, okay, look, you started the fight. That's why you're suspended.
But he
then
didn't
the
even start
day,
it. Dude, he didn't make contact.
I mean, he flexed in the guys. I mean, it's baseball. They're very
right, but he just did an
emotional. Very emotional.
He just did you can't show any emotion.
No, man, it's baseball. No emotion.
So what would have happened? So basically, if Major League Baseball was in charge of the NCAA basketball tournament, after Suggs hit that 3 and ran up on the table and did the flexing like Dwayne Wade, he would have then been suspended for the national title game, right?
Yeah.
Basically is what would have happened.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you can't show any emotion in sport. No emotion.
100%. And the players running on the court, all of them would have been
all
suspended
of them
as well.
Yes. Oh, my God. Come on, bro.
I mean, when the bullpens clear out, you know something's up. I mean, the bullpens are clearing.
On the bullpen. They're always the last ones to the fight. And there's just, here comes the bullpen. Just go back.
I just like the old days when the fat relief pitcher would be trying to get there, knowing he's not going to make it in time for the fight anyways, but he's showing he's part of the team.
Unbelievable. So, I don't know. I mean,
Castellanos,
he's going to appeal it. Hopefully it gets knocked down.
It'll get one game.
But it shouldn't even be one game.
No, I agree, but they're not gonna suspend him, I don't think. It's got to
tell you what, kids come out hot as hell, man. It's hitting 554.
Why they're trying to cool him off.
Double, triple, 2 home runs. Yeah. He's got 6 homers. I'm sorry, no. 6 runs, 2 homers. Leading in
he's almost got as many runs as the Red Sox.
His slugging percentage right now in the first week is 1.364. It's over 1,000. That's insane. Absolutely nuts.
Oh.
So, yeah, baby. So we got, how do you think we're going to do tonight, Sean? How do you think we're going to do with the Heat and the Panthers?
I think the Heat get the victory. The Panthers get the victory.
Well, it's a big one for the Panthers,
and the
Carolina.
Marlins give us our loss.
Big one for the Panthers against
Not
Carolina.
because Sandy doesn't pitch good.
Is there any chance that Vinny Trocheck cannot kill us tonight? He's been.
I say put everybody on Vinny and let somebody else hurt you.
I mean, between him and Reimer, these 2 former Panthers just killing us every time we play these guys. So we'll see what goes down tonight. Start of a tough stretch for the Panthers, man. This is going to be – this is big. At the Hurricanes, at the Stars, at the Lightning. So you've got boy.
This is for you, Peter Blackburn.
Yeah, right, Peter Blackburn. I'll tell you what, Peter Blackburn, if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if we go 4-2 on this, you better have us as at least the number 3 team in the power poll.
Definitely.
Come on now.
Come on,
Good
Peter.
God, man. Good God. I hate the fact that we play all these teams back-to-back like this.
Now, do we have any, back-to-back, or are they, one day off in between, or what do we have?
No, we got some back-to-back. So we've got,
those days,
Hurricanes tonight and then on Thursday. But then you've got, next week, you've got the Blue Jackets at home Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, the good news is both goalies have been playing pretty good lately.
We got end of the month. We got 2 games in Predator in Nashville, back-to-back nights, the 26th and 27th. So, yeah, man, listen. We knew that this is listen, whatever, bro. You're one of the top teams in the league. This is what it's all about, baby. This is what it's all
I
about.
believe they're the top team in the league right now. The most
right
points.
now they are. Yes, they have. Now there's a couple teams that have Avalanche. I believe have 2 games in hand on them.
They didn't hand me nothing. As Panther fans, we know that.
We'll take a break. Kai comes in next to join us. OnSideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now, it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
ADHD. It's the child who can't pay attention or sit still in school, right? The answer may be yes. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, can be complicated and it can last a lifetime. Living with a condition can sometimes be a challenge. It may take years to accept a formal diagnosis, and it's not always easy to find the right treatment plan. Did you know that up to 75% of children and adolescents with ADHD have at least one additional mental health condition that also requires a comprehensive approach to treatment? ADHD guidelines were recently updated to reflect the need to screen for associated disorders. Be sure to talk with your child's doctor about proper screening and visit moretoadhd.com for additional information. That's moretoadhd.com. This message has been brought to you in partnership with ADA, ACO, and CHAD.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
If you missed Onside Zone with Big O, you missed.
The sport is headed in a direction where it's going to die because the fan base is dying. It's people my age or older that follow baseball, and we're dying. And so they're not getting any of the new fans. Young fans, the whole sport is all screwed up, dude. From the cheating scandals to the way they mismanage it, by the way, the way it has not gone and changed with modern times, the fact that baseball players are so freaking ignorant that they don't understand that they've got to market their own game. The wussiest thing in the world is you hit a home run on me, so now I'm going to plunk you. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
The Onside Zone with Big O. Weekdays 11 to 1 p.m. Only on OnsideRadio.com.
Hey, it's Big O. You know, air quality in your home or business is so important now, folks. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning. Let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. M&S is always on call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. and, of course, emergency Sundays. Call for more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans. Visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
Welcome back to 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh. To reach out to the boys, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast and Marsh.
4th and 20 podcast, final segment. Welcomed by Kai.
Hello, hello.
How are you, Kai?
My mic's on this time.
There you go. Look at that, right? Yeah, Sean Stanley got it on today.
I'm getting better at this.
Yeah, baby.
I love you, Sean.
Paul Pierce. We'll talk a little bit about Paul Pierce. I love it. I love it. So you saw the original video, right?
Yes.
So he's at
yesterday. I didn't, and then when you guys told me, I was like, okay, I have to look at it. And my coworker was like, please tell me you saw it. And I was like, I still haven't seen anything. And he showed it to me, and I was
yeah. So Paul Pierce is at a private poker game with some people, and they got strippers there. They got ladies there.
Yeah.
And he's doing an IG video live, and one of the girls is giving him a shoulder rub, and behind him there is a girl just twerking on the floor by herself.
Yep.
Just twerking. Twerk, 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 twerk. Very attractive. Beautiful ass. But nonetheless, just twerking. And so he's live with this, and then I guess some of the mentions brought up Rachel Nichols. Like, is she there? This and that, kind of some derogatory comments there. So
why is it always Rachel Nichols?
Well, because
like, why can't people just let her like live?
Well, because she's the one that works with him. She's the host of the Jump and all that. But yeah, I like Rachel.
Why can't people just let her
a hard
live?
time, right? So then ESPN very quickly severs ties with Paul Pierce.
They parted ways.
Yes, he's been with them since 2017. And then Paul Pierce goes ahead and releases a weird-ass Instagram video with him laughing for 5 seconds and just saying, stay tuned, bigger things coming or whatever. First of all, let me just say to those that were, why would Paul Pierce why would ESPN fire you for this? I got one word for you. Disney. Disney.
The mouse.
The mouse owns ESPN, bro. Like, with all due respect, strippers twerking in the background of an ESPN employee is not going to fly for any of them.
Disney fired an employee like not too long ago because he recorded a video of himself on TikTok drinking water out of fountains at Disney.
There you go.
And they fired him.
Yeah. So the fact
mouse
that
does not mess around.
Yeah, the
That's
mouse
not
does
happening
not
in
mess
Magic
around.
Kingdom.
No, the mouse is not messing around with this. And like, I'm sorry. Now, Paul Pierce, you're an idiot, bro. But we've all known this. Heat fans, we love this because we hate Paul Pierce.
Well, I don't think it's like, I guess it's also a Heat fan thing, but I think if you're just a fan of basketball, you sit there and you listen to him talk. Like, I'm not the most knowledgeable basketball person in the world, but at least I can understand way more than what he understands.
He's a
And
troll.
He's like an NBA legend,
Yeah.
so his legend
In his own
status
mind.
should not
Yeah.
really be.
Yeah.
Not even, I guess, in his own mind. Even people consider him a legend.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I don't
consider
really.
him less
It's
a
not even
legend.
my hatred for the Celtics. It's just I don't. You look at Kevin Garnett, that's a legend. You look at Ray Allen, that's a legend.
Paul Pierce for me, yeah, not that.
Not.
No, not
I
that.
even see. Oh man, this might be a hot take, but I even see kind of Rondo a little bit more than I do Paul.
Wow. I don't know if I'll go that far.
Or at least closer. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Rondo.
You reaching now?
I'll probably let you die on that hill alone.
I don't know. Like, I just don't. I don't see like Paul Pierce as being this.
Yeah, never been a Paul Pierce fan. Part of that obviously is the bias I have against the Celtics, being a Heat fan. But yeah, I mean, bro, you can't. I mean,
But then you're a Red Sox fan.
I am a Red Sox fan. Scored 11 runs yesterday. Thank God. Thank God we scored some runs yesterday.
Yeah, the Mets lost, so.
Thank God, man. I got
See how
Champions
the next
League
three
today.
games go.
Got Champions League today.
You're gonna win.
Well, I hope so.
You're gonna win.
Well, thank you for that. I hope so.
I would be
We
shocked.
better. We better.
I
We
would
better.
legitimately be shocked. Like I talked about yesterday, and as I was thinking about it, like I'm seeing like maybe like over 2 legs, like a 3-2 for Liverpool.
All right, let me ask you this: who do you think? We got like 6-7 games left in La Liga.
Yeah, I think so.
Who do you think wins?
Right now, it's 1 point, right, between
It's 1 point.
Atletico.
Well, it's only
and
3 points separating the top three. I think Barcelona's only 2 points back.
They're one.
Oh,
I
just
think
one.
I saw
and
this morning.
Real's
66 and 65.
Okay.
I'll check right now.
Who do you think? Do you think Letty holds on, or?
I want them to.
I want them to too, but I'm not sure they have the.
I want them to for a couple. It's 3 points separating the top three. I think I really want them to hold on. Off of the reason that I don't like how Barca went about a lot of their business recently, and the fact that they're in debt. Like, I think it'll suck more for Barca fans knowing that, or maybe it'll be like bittersweet because if they come back and they win La Liga somehow, that'll be great. But you're still so many millions of dollars in debt
right.
that you're gonna lose guys like De Jong and Dembele and all these guys because they're gonna have to go. Antoine Griezmann.
Yep.
So these are these guys, especially like Dembele, who's coming on now. Finally, you're gonna have to lose them because you don't have any money. So, plus I just think that like Diego Simeone and Atletico
He
winning would be
deserves.
good.
He deserves one, man.
Yeah.
Deserves it. All right. Last one. Serie A. Do you think Juventus makes the Champions League?
Are they out right now?
They're in fourth right now, a point in front of Napoli.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like they are. Yeah, they are in danger of missing out on UCL football
Napoli is
next
in
year.
some great, fantastic form as well.
Yeah, so I'm curious. Like this, like Juventus could be Europa, which would be phenomenal.
That would be.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
They
'cause
play
it never
Napoli
happens.
tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a
Ooh.
huge one.
That's
So, yeah.
right. As I get out, that'll
There
be a
you
game
go.
that I'm
That'll be
watching
good.
at work.
See. So for those of you, if you want to get into some European
They have
soccer,
a tough schedule.
all the leagues are wrapping up now. All the leagues got about a month or so, about a month and a half left, about anywhere from like 7 to 10 games. But there's a couple. EPL's done, but the Champions League spots are still up to. Listen, dude, West Ham won.
I know.
So you've now got Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal all battling for one spot, and against West Ham, who might end up winning it. David Moyes, bro.
Arsenal battling for a spot right now after their start of the season
Right
is crazy.
You got to give Arteta all the credit in the world. But how about David Moyes, bro? Like, good for him. Like to finally. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we got a break. I got to stop talking soccer. Son of a bitch. We got Austin on tomorrow, Sean. We do. There you go.
And I'll just sit here just like Marsh.
Kai, have a great show, bro.
Thank you,
We'll see you
man.
tomorrow, man. Peace.
Hey, is that a faucet running?
Nope, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest.
It is?
Yeah, forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact...
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
How do trees clean the air?
They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches,